Yeah.
Oh,
I'm the biggest thing in South America, in fact.
Why are we actually live on Facebook now?
I think so. I am the biggest thing in South America.
Yeah.
Biggest star in South America.
Yeah. Your head's bigger than Africa as well, huh?
No. Bigger than Africa. It's completely taken off.
I don't think we're live. Are we live?
No, we are live. Who is daring to join us?
You can hear us.
What's happening, Jay?
I have
you have experience here.
No, I don't. You're the confident one on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't believe that's the truth at all.
Sorry, boys. Aisha thinks it's hilarious, just leaving us to it. Well, I mean, we're here, FBS. We're in the office.
We know if anyone is watching. Is there a way of finding out? We've got 3
3
views.
Oh, thanks.
All right, so we better pretend like we're live on air. Should we do that?
Yeah.
Introduce ourselves.
Okay. This is Matt.
This is Jason.
We are Matt and Jay.
Those are our names. All right.
It's like the knockoff version of Anton Deck, right?
Oh, mate. Come on, we're better than that. Okay. Welcome to another episode of FBS Chat.
Yeah.
With your hosts, Matt and Jay.
Matt and Jay. We're the only ones here by the look of things. Thanks, Aish, if you're watching.
So yeah, I've really got no idea what today is all about. I think Aisha's going to look to see if she can probably try and embarrass us a little bit. Try and get us to say some silly business.
Yeah, you're welcome. See.
She's
behind the scenes though, laughing. We can hear her as well.
Yeah, so it's very strange. We've actually got a live video link up when we actually could all just be in the same room having a chat together, but we've got the ability to use technology. So
the reason why we're like this is because originally Aisha has said that she was going to interview us, and we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about things, and then all of a sudden our faces just appeared on screen saying you are live, and she's disappeared and left us.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, she could be in the room with us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
she's just downstairs. But anyway, so it's an honor.
It is an honor
to be here. It's an honor to be in this office, even because a lot of people aren't allowed in an office, are they?
Yeah, not anymore. Anyway,
no.
Really and truly, we should be 2 meters. Well, I mean, we love Aisha and Joe and everyone here, so
yeah,
we're lucky.
We are. And I'm new, so I feel very honoured to be at work here, and
we're pretty much working on the boss program as well now.
Yeah,
that's what we're going to be starting. Well, we started it last week.
Yeah,
Entering schools next week. We're going to be in 3 schools next week.
Yeah, and that all seems to be going well and already. I mean, I feel like we don't want to use all our good stuff up, Jay.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Because, I think I can hear Aisha talking to us.
Probably.
I'm talking to Lorraine. Thank you. You're not. So you two are practicing this, and it was quite funny. Now all of a sudden, you're both talking about boss.
No, that's what I said.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I said don't
just kind of threw us in there.
Don't waste all the good stuff.
Lorraine is sideways.
Why are you upside down?
I don't know, but you are live, by the way.
I'm upside down though.
Turn it around, Lorraine.
Turn myself round.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shut up.
Hold on. This is the behind the scenes to FBS, guys, by the way, which is why we're live a little bit early. This is us prepping.
Okay.
Right, how do we
I think it's so funny and upside down.
hold on? How do we touch solo layout? Oh,
Oh, there she is.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
That's the one.
Okay. I'm here. Maybe I should change my top. Hold on.
No, you look good, Lorraine.
Lorraine, you look perfect as you are.
Now I got to change my top. You can see my top.
Why?
Shut up.
What's wrong with seeing your top? It looks good. You look lovely.
Hello, Joe.
Hey,
I'm touching you.
am I echoing? Am I okay?
Sound
you're okay, but just to make you guys aware, we have gone live a little bit earlier
Mm.
I know. I did
for
notice
the,
that.
for the behind the scenes thing.
Yeah, 15 minutes earlier.
No,
I feel sorry. I
No.
feel sorry for anyone actually watching. All right, jibber jabber.
Yeah,
Right.
look. So what I thought we'd do is because Matt and Jason was basically preparing for what they were going to say, and they they were acting like big men. So I'm going to remove.
Are we back to us again? You really got to stop doing this. Just
Matt, you need to blink.
Why are you freezing?
What's going on?
Yeah, what is
Okay.
going on?
I gave you
Can
the
I-
floor back. Sorry, go on, Joe.
Panera.
Are we starting? Would that
Yes,
be-
go on, Joe. Joe, you can start. Go.
Thank God. Right. Welcome, everyone, to FBS Chat, even though you've been here for 7 minutes. I want to start with Jason.
yeah.
Really wanted to know a bit about you, because I don't know if people know much about you. Obviously, the families that you work with will, but
Mm.
maybe not
Kind
our
of
viewers. Yeah, because you kind of came into this work in the sort of way that I did, had no previous experience of it, and kind of, you basically left the job and took a pay cut, which is crazy in some people's eyes. So
Yeah.
what made you want to work here in the first place? What was that transition?
Well, what made me come here is just the sense of being able to help people have what's the word I'm looking for? Have just sort of like a sense of happiness that I'm making a difference in people's lives, you know? And it's a bit more than what.
Jason, stop. Jason, stop. Matt, blink. Sorry, carry on, Jason.
He is real, look. He is real. He's not a dummy. So, yeah, it's just being able to help people and just have that accomplishment, that knowing that I'm making a difference in people's lives, or trying to anyway. Whereas my previous job, which was controlling buses, was fulfilling. Does helping Londoners get around London, and yeah, all the bus drivers out there, you know, when they're holding for 2 minutes or diverting or curtailing. Yeah, it's not the bus driver's fault. That was my fault. I was the one that was telling them to sit back and hold back for 2 minutes and terminate the bus at the last minute. So if anyone's going to get the blame, it's us controllers that were doing it. But yeah, it was all us. But the driver seems to get a stick for it. So, but I moved on from there. We come here. Yes, it was a pay cut, but I love you guys. You guys were absolutely amazing. It seems like such an amazing place to work. And being able to help families. Was keep working with kids and making a difference in their lives. And I kind of outweighed the pros and the cons, and there were more pros working here than there were cons. And plus, I get to see the family as well more. I don't have to work shifts as well, which was made a big difference to me. So yeah, so thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah, we're still still touch and go whether we regret that or not, but we'll see.
Touch and go.
How long has Lorraine been with FBS?
Lorraine, I think that's
Lorraine
your cue.
here.
Lorraine?
Sorry. What did I say?
How long have you been with FBS?
What's wrong?
How long have you
Lorraine.
been with FBS?
I can't
Lorraine.
hear Aisha.
Oh,
Lorraine,
Yes.
can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello,
Yes,
love.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I was
can't
just
hear Aisha.
asking. That's all right. I was just asking Jason what sort of drew him to the job in the first place, and he was talking about obviously he was still helping people on the buses.
I heard what he said. Sorry.
Yeah, so you've been with us probably as long as me and Aisha have, not too far, not quite, but almost.
Yeah.
So, and I know you really didn't want to join us in the first place. So, what changed your mind?
Karen Green went to a parenting session with Aisha at Oasis Hadley, I think, and she said that I met this really nice person. She was disillusioned, right? I'm only joking. She said I met this really nice person, and she's starting up a charity, blah blah blah, whatever. And she said, "Oh, come along," because before that, I was just made redundant from Haringey Council. I was working in children and families, and so she said, "Come along." But I think at the time, after I was made redundant, I felt I had no purpose. So Nina Lewis, she was from Platinum Performing Arts. She used to just take me out because I used to go, "Oh, I've got no purpose. What's my life about? I don't know what I'm going to do." And Karen goes, "Come with me." And I went, "Yeah, all right." And every time it came, I thought, "Nah, I'm not going nowhere." So she actually came and she brought me to Pars. She came and got me in her car and took me to Pars. And I listened to what Pars was about. And she said, "You like it, don't you?" And I said, yeah, this will be really good. And here I am.
Yeah.
And that was it. But it took a while. It took a while for me to come because I didn't
Yeah.
I didn't really want to do anything, really.
So she brought you along, but
Yeah.
why have you stayed so long with us? Why didn't you just think, sod that, I'm leaving? What's kept you here?
Well, you, Joe.
Thanks.
You've kept me here. Not Aisha. No, I'm joking. No, and Aisha. No, when I came and I heard what you were going to do, first of all, I didn't even know the children actually assaulted their parents. That was really alien to me because I know that if I'd ever lifted my hand to my mum and dad, I wouldn't be here today. So just the thought and listening to like someone saying, "I actually hit my mum," or "I punched my mum," that intrigued me. So I thought, this is really interesting. I want to see how you're going to work with these people. And that's what's really kept me just doing the work. And then after I started doing solution focus, and seeing the difference that it made to people's lives and how it actually worked, that's what's kept me here.
And as we know, Lorraine, it's also you develop these relationships with families, and you find it a bit difficult to let go sometimes.
Well, I was with a family for how long? 3 years.
I don't know. I lost count, love.
But the thing is, when I was every time with this one particular family, every time I thought they were making progress, and I said, right, okay, I don't need to come round anymore. Not as that often. The next week she'd come with more problems, So, and not only that, the boy I was working with, I think he got attached, and then I got attached, and then I got attached to the little sister, and then I got attached to the big sister. I even took her to her prom. I didn't go, but I took her to the prom and picked her up in the evening, and I got really attached, and I just couldn't let go because, like, just to see that the progress they'd made, I loved it. I loved that. So no, I was with them for quite a long time. And you got upset. Both of you got upset with me. You kept on saying, you can't keep going back there. You can't keep going back there. You have to stop. And I just couldn't. So yeah. No.
Yeah, and well, and we know the difference it made to those guys, because he often texts me on WhatsApp. Bless him. Yeah.
Oh,
So
I know. It was really hard. It's really hard to go.
So Matt, yeah, sorry, go on.
They even threatened to lock me in a cupboard.
Yeah. Oh
yeah. Sorry. Go.
It's all right. Matt, you're that
Yes,
newest.
Joe.
You're our
I
newest
am.
little member. Bless you.
you
So
I am.
why did you? Because you were kind of in a similar role anyway, in the helping profession, as it were, with young people. Why the change? What made you decide that this was something that was right for you?
Well, so I've been working with young people, vulnerable young people, and young adults, children, young adults for years now, and my role that I was at before this, we actually came for a training session here at Family-Based Solutions, and this sounds very corny, but I was just so inspired. You know, we had a 2-day training session, and I was already sold by the end of the first day. By the end of the second day, I was visualizing working here, to be honest, and that's not even a lie. I mean, I really was thinking.
Basically,
So
we had
his deepest fantasies were
They've
to
all
work.
come true. They have all come true.
we had him at hello.
Pretty much, Jay. Yeah, and yeah. So I think that I've been using a lot of solution-focused sort of techniques and language for years in my work with young people, but never had. I was never using it exclusively, and I think when I came for the training, and I saw how to really use it in a focused way, I was sold. I just immediately thought that it all made perfect sense to me. I saw the benefit, saw the value in it, and then luckily I got an email. So I was on the mailing list. Got an email that you were recruiting, and I thought, well, I'll give it a try. I might not get it. I don't have experience in this, in the solution focused world. Yeah, and then but here I am, and I'm very, very grateful and glad. So thank you very much, guys, for having me.
Lorraine. Hold on. Lorraine, why can't she hear me? She can hear you.
I can't
I know. Take your earphones out. Try it without the earphones. I can't hear at all now. No.
hear her.
No. Type the question. What do you want me to ask? Oh my God. Anyway, Matt, we'll go back. Forget.
Is she doing that sponsored silence?
We should have all just sat in the same room. We had the possibility.
Yeah.
I was on mute.
She's doing her sponsored silence.
Can you hear me?
Very good.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. Can you hear her, Lorraine?
No.
Lorraine.
No,
Lorraine.
I can't hear her.
Lorraine.
It's wonderful. I'm joking.
Lorraine.
It's very weird. I can hear you. But
I can, we can hear you.
Yeah.
I was going to ask Lorraine if she had, if she, If she could, would she still see that family now? That's just kind of
Little
stuck
bit.
with me. Oh, so you can
Ah.
hear me?
Did you hear that, Lorraine?
No, I can't
Okay,
hear you
anyway.
at all.
As you were,
I
as you
haven't
were.
touched anything.
I'll ask you in a minute, Lorraine. I think when we did that training, Matt, and you were part of it, I think
Yeah.
me and Aisha both thought he's a natural. He's got this, and if a job comes up, hopefully he'll apply for it. You left it to the last minute, though, mate. I think
I did.
It was the 11th hour, weren't it?
Well, it's a bad habit of mine when it comes to job applications, because I'm such a perfectionist that I get it written in plenty of time, and then I'm like, well, I'm just gonna give it another read over just to check that it's absolutely right and I've not missed anything. And then I go, well, I could maybe just tweak that a little bit, and then, should I do that? Let me sit on it, and then it gets to the deadline, and it's like, no, I just have to send it in like this. But it's something that I'm working on, because I remember hearing that, obviously perfection is not something you can achieve. And is it better to feel good about getting 80% there and getting a good outcome, rather than trying to get 99% there, half killing yourself in the process, maybe even missing out on opportunities because you make some mistake? And, it's better just to feel good about yourself and let yourself give you 80%. Always strive for as good as you can. But if you think, no, this is really good and I'm happy, that's there's a lot to be said for being good enough at times.
Yeah.
So
Lorraine,
Yes.
Aisha said, Aisha was saying, what was it you said? If you could, if you could see the family we were talking about earlier, would you still be seeing them now?
Would I still be seeing them now if you didn't stop me? Yes.
Yeah. I thought that when she asked it, I thought we couldn't stop her anyway, even if she wanted.
Yes, I actually said I was going to pop around and see them, actually.
She did.
Because I know that the elder daughter's gone to university and I wanted to know how she was getting on. So I would have gone. I might still go. And I want to see how she's getting on anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know. I want to know about what this deal is with Matt and Jason. What's going on? What's going on?
We complete each other, don't we?
Can't hear.
What did she say? Basically, what's going on is
I complete him. He completes me.
He's just very very impressed and slightly excited by my musical ability.
Yeah, it is. And it's pretty good.
No, I think I taught you to play drums the other day.
Yeah, I got taught how to play drums.
I'm going to be teaching you how to play guitar very soon, hopefully, so we don't have to hear any more of that nonsense you were doing earlier on.
That was just pure, I don't know,
expression.
Pure expression. I was just expressing myself on the guitar.
Yeah, it was
good.
I
loved it anyway.
It was a bit like a kind of Picasso painting version of guitar playing. Just nothing was in the right place.
The heart was in it.
The heart was in it, but
the heart was in it.
There was the eye was over here.
I'm trying to teach him about Iron Man.
Oh yeah, you got to teach him about Iron Man, because we've got a huge issue with that. Lorraine can't hear me, can she?
Doesn't appear so, but I can.
So I can say whatever I want, and she won't hear me.
Yeah, it's a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, like I dare. So you're currently doing a lot of work together, aren't you? You're the bromance guys, Matt and Jason.
Yeah.
So has that been useful to you, kind of working alongside each other?
Yeah, we've got Team Matt and Jay here.
I think we have very sort of very different. We've got very different styles, haven't we? Which kind of works quite nicely at times. I think. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it works well. We're sort of. There's no gaps you know, in our work, because I might do things one way, and then Jason sees an opportunity to work in a slightly different way, and it's really it's complete. Yes,
Yeah, we complete each other.
complete package. Total. What?
And
The full package, the full work.
Yeah.
Cool.
so, if you
Was that
were
Aish?
to ask,
Is there a question?
Joe,
Yo.
no, if you were to ask Lorraine who she best works with, who would she say?
Well, I know that.
I know the answer.
Lorraine,
Go on, ask her,
Yes.
because she can't hear me.
Aisha would like to know if you could choose anyone to work with a family, who would it be?
Joe.
That was that me, love.
Joe.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Do you know what's really lovely? Because we have 2 people with every family, there's always, if one gets stuck, there's always someone that can, and it's different styles, it's different ways of communicating. If you forget a question, someone else can jump in. But also, just if we have to talk to the young person separately and the parent separately, we're able to do that. Because often it's subjects that they may not want to bring up.
Yeah.
So what's been your most, I mean, I know Matt's new, but what's been your most challenging family, and how have you overcome it? Because I've had a few over the years, trust me.
Yeah.
I've had one.
Without naming names.
Yeah, without naming names.
Obviously, yeah.
Well,
Do you want to take that one, or should I take it?
Yeah, go for it.
Well, it's all of you. All of you.
Well, I've had a couple. It was challenging. It was in terms of a relationship between parent and child, where they were just not seeing eye to eye on anything, and they were both so negative. So negative. They couldn't see any positives. Even when there was a positive, there was always a but at the end of it. So they'll give us 2 seconds of a positive, and then there will be a but, and then about 5 minutes of negatives.
So how did you overcome it?
Constant arguments. How do I overcome it? I said, right, you're going to listen to me now. It's my turn to speak now. Yeah. No, I'm joking. It wasn't like that. It was more of I just gave them insight on their preferred future and how would it be. And if they continued on this way and not looking at and taking notice of all the positives they're doing, then this preferred future that they described wasn't going to be as easy to achieve as they would like. So they ended up having to work together in noticing the positives in each other. I also used sort of like a Freaky Friday reverse roles kind of thing with parent and child.
Right.
So I would ask them questions, they would answer, and then they would swap the answers over with each other, and then answer the questions as if they were the other person.
Yeah.
And then explain why did they write it down and why did they give those answers. So that kind of gave them a bit of insight into what the other person's thinking without actually hearing it, but thinking about it themselves. And then it kind of focused on into the schools as well. So the child was actually starting to do better, and then we focused on one subject at a time. And let's just say that child's actually doing a lot better in school, and they got a certificate as well from it, and from that subject, and then concentrate on the next one. So yeah, it was a challenging, hard one.
It's all about the certificate.
Yeah, 100%.
So what?
Something to stick up on the fridge, you know.
Yeah. But what keeps you going? Because you must have felt like giving up at many stages along the way.
Yeah. What kept me going is always is hope. That's, I mean, we hear it in the FBS talk all the time, but it is actually hope. And as a practitioner myself, as I've got the hope that they're gonna want to find what they're looking for, and when they give me their best hopes, that gives me the hope that they actually want it. And I'm not one to give up on it. I think I'm a little bit stubborn like that. Don't like to think that I'm wrong.
Cool.
So it's just basically it's hope, and the fact that they're still coming means they want something to change, even though they don't want to admit it, and they always come in with the problems and the negativity. The fact that they're there means that they do want something, even though they can't see it just yet.
Yeah, and that's
So
a good point. If they, even though it seems quite a stressful position to be in, the fact that they keep coming back should tell us that they want something different.
They want something different, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Lorraine.
Yeah.
I know. I think I know yours. But what was your most trying experience with a family?
I think, although I think it's trying, they still keep popping back in and out of my life. They still keep coming. They still keep popping back when I think that maybe I haven't done as well as I think with the family. They always keep popping back, which makes me, I know that they want to do better, and I know they want everything to be better. So that's why I will always keep trying and not say, you know what, you've disappeared. They disappear and then they come back in.
Yeah.
I've got a call to ring one of them, which I haven't done so. But that family, that's a very troubling family. But at the end of the day, it's trying to get a solution for the children. And I think it's going to work, but I don't think that they're ready yet.
Okay.
I don't think that the mum's ready yet, but I think she's trying.
Okay.
So she's trying. I'll keep trying.
Yeah. Oh.
But it is very difficult. It is a very, very difficult case. And to be perfectly honest, solution focus. And you say sometimes solution focus doesn't always work. I don't think solution focus is working with this one. So you have to try and develop a different strategy with this one. But if they keep coming back, I'll keep working.
Yeah.
Until it's done.
And sometimes it's it's the relationship that keeps them coming back as well, isn't it? And like you say, sometimes you have to be a bit more, is the word blunt? I don't know if the word's blunt, but a bit more directed sometimes.
Yeah, you have to be a little bit harsh.
Yeah.
Right. I'm taking a
when you do your sessions, Joe, you do your sessions in a very, very soft but compelling voice. When I do it, I sound patronizing because I've got a very gruff voice. No, I've got a very gruff voice. So when I do it, it sounds like I'm patronizing. So I have to be me. What did you say? See?
That's always so important, isn't it?
Yeah, my voice. What your way of questioning and my voice really doesn't match.
No. And you're right. The relationship is really important, and there's been times over the years when I've got stuck and I call Aisha in, or she'll get stuck and I get called in, because it's not us being precious about ourselves, but who's the best place to support this family.
Yes.
If it's not me, then it's going to be someone else. And
I know Aisha's called me in a few times.
Yeah.
To role plays, because I tend to do role plays. I know she's called me in a few times to do role plays. Between Aisha and myself, and I know that it's sort of like lighten the situation. Lightens the situation. So there you go.
Oh, Lorraine can't hear me.
Huh?
What do you want to say?
Can't hear me.
Lorraine. Right, can you ask Lorraine to sum each one of us up in one word?
Oh, for God's sake. Right. Lorraine,
Yes.
Aisha has asked me to ask you, could you sum each one of us up in one word?
I'm
Okay.
worried. Yes.
Joe.
Not sure I want to hear my word.
Joe.
Yeah.
Patient.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
Aisha.
Impatient.
Impatient. Jason.
Pretty boy. Pretty boy. Pretty boy. She
Can I
can't
say
hear me,
two
right?
things?
Yes.
Can be annoying.
Okay.
But good heart. He's got a good heart. But he does annoy me. Yeah, no, you make that face. See, that's the face. That face annoys me. That one there. That one. Yeah, you tell me. Okay. And Matt, I haven't known Matt for long, but I do find he's always cheerful. I always find him cheerful.
I'll take that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cheers, love.
I don't know him for long because I'm not in the office that often.
I wasn't cheerful earlier on.
I only volunteer. I'm not a member of the. I'm a volunteer with a member with the team. I'm a volunteer.
Lie. I wasn't cheerful earlier on when I was trying to get my computer to work and it wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I had to take myself into the kitchen because I was getting to this point where I was like, if I hear just anyone doing anything, I'm going to go. It happens sometimes.
They'll just reminded me. Jason's a pretty boy.
Aisha was waiting for you to say that. And
yeah, Jason's the pretty boy.
yeah.
That just reminded me. That's
why
he annoys me, because he's a pretty boy. Got it. That's it.
Hold on. Who reminded her?
He's a pretty boy.
Who reminded Lorraine?
Del
reminded Lorraine. Bloody
yeah, Del just said, what about Jason? When I say he's annoying, Del goes, no, he's a pretty boy.
There you go.
Thanks, Del.
Well, what I've noticed is that the two boys now
he's annoying because he is a pretty boy.
He is
pretty.
The two boys now have their own Facebook profile, trying to outdo us, Joe.
Yeah.
Vote FBS, Jason and Matt.
This is voting.
What are we voting for? Where is the vote?
I don't know. He thinks he's on X Factor. See?
I just turned it into a competition, right?
It's time to face the music.
Welcome to the X Factor.
Right, well, I've got two things that I'm going to post on here now, considering I do the admin. One of them, I'm no longer speaking to this person. I'm completely ruining her life now. I'm just going to.
Olivia,
she put you know who Olivia is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she put the one and only, and then put yes, legend Joe.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's a bit of a Joe appreciation.
Hello.
Put Mark's question up. That's a good one.
I'm about to put it up right now. I would never ignore Mark. Okay, so interesting to have a peek into your team. I guess SF intervention would be an amazing event. Hope you guys are doing that. Just a quick question. What is it that from all that is working well, what do you want more of? So what do you guys want more of?
So what's working well first?
I think that what's working well and that we need to build on strength is collaboration. And I think there's, like I said earlier on, we've all got slightly different styles in the way we work, and I think we can all learn. Well, I don't think anyone's going to learn it from me at the moment. Everyone else is
Still learn things
Yeah.
from you.
but you know what I mean. Like everyone, there's a lot of different strengths in the team, and I think we need to make sure we keep leaning into that because it is a real, it's a real plus point. And the openness as well in the team, that there's no one is closed about their. I know I've been hounding Joe and Aish a little bit. Give me your knowledge, but you know, no one's precious with their with their knowledge, and their techniques. There's everyone wants everyone else to be the best that they can be. And I think that's a really beautiful thing and something that we need to.
And there's
build
no
on.
judgment either.
What would you like to see more of, Matt? Is the other bit of the question, I guess.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think I would like to see more collaboration, maybe more. We're doing it already, but I think it would be helpful to maybe. I mean, I guess it's difficult, but perhaps if there was a little bit more. I said this to you the other day, Joe, in terms of like kind of supervision. You know, an opportunity to talk about our cases.
Yeah.
We do want to talk about it, but it's a bit more ad hoc, and we're learning as we're going. Maybe if there was a period once a week, maybe for a supervision, where I could say, look, this is a case. This is something that I was. Who was that?
That was Aisha hitting up.
Yeah.
Stop muting my mic. Anyway,
Right,
yes.
You need to put
definitely.
your earphones on because you're doing that thing again.
Jason.
All right, every Friday morning, book it on the calendar.
All right, I'll do it.
That's sorted. Jason,
Do it now.
what's working well and what do you want to see more of?
What's working well? I think we're all working well as a team. I think we've got a really good team going. Certainly moving forward, it's kind of hard to say what's working because there's so much that's working well for me anyway. Everyone's just brilliant here. There's no judgment on anything, even if you do make a mistake somewhere along the lines. If that
You're making a mistake.
I know it's unheard of, but it does happen on the odd occasion. On the odd occasion, I might get a date wrong or something, you know. So there's no judgment on that. Or I might forget a phone number out of the 100 that I remembered. You know?
Yeah. How dare you?
Well, so far I haven't forgotten any of the numbers on our Excel spreadsheet with all the families. And what would I like to see more of? I would like, I'd say what Matt said, probably just a bit more. I would like, you guys are like way too trusting, you know. You know that we're going to do a great job, and we just sometimes want to see that feedback, right?
Well, I think it's a great way to learn, isn't it?
Yeah. We've got so much to learn from you guys. It's.
No. Listen, I think we all get. You know, you can always come to us, and we always give feedback, and I'll give you feedback on what I think's gone wrong or gone right on myself. So really, we just need to formalise it. Is what we're saying.
Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah.
I think.
So then we don't get any. There is, you know, we're building on what we're already doing. We are locking it in, you know. So you make it more. I think if you're building that routine, you know, for me the importance of routine is well, it's really important for me, and I think that it gives you that structure and that stability to know But okay, actually, because look, everyone's very busy, and there might be a chance where you're rushing around and it's all a bit hectic. But if I know, oh, that was a tough session, and what could I have done better there? And you're in a session when I finish, and you're in a session, and you're in a session when I finish. Everyone's, you know, it's keeping it in mind, saying, no, I know that on Friday morning, because I put it in the diary, that it's already in there. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to make it repeat every week, but it's in there for this week. I'll leave that to Deb for tomorrow. But yeah, it's about making it locked in, and you know,
What I,
I think
would,
there's
I
strength.
mean, what I would like to see more of, thinking about it, is I mean, it's more like continue what you're doing rather than more of, because you're already doing it. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's just that positive encouragement that you give us. There's not more of it. It's just keep doing it, kind of thing, because you do give us that encouragement because we are new. I'm certainly brand spanking new to it all. Back in November, as I mentioned before, we've come from a different background, Joe and I. Matt's worked with kids before and stuff like that, but we're new into the SF world as well. So you guys do give us that encouragement and telling us how well we're doing and keep doing what you're doing. And so it's not more of it, it's just keep doing what you guys are doing, because it's great. It does make us feel like we're doing a good job. So
And the people who are most important are the families. And if they're saying you're doing a good job, that's the main thing, isn't it? Lorraine.
Yeah, I've got a folder in my email called Big Headed Folder. You know.
Yeah, it's
I
true.
know, mate. I know. Lorraine.
It's so true. It does.
Yeah.
So I know. Hang on. I know you can shut us down, so we've got to be careful here. Lorraine's also a treasurer, by the way. So yes, go Lorraine.
Yeah, I think the first thing was actually getting everyone on board, and I think you've got the right people in place to do the job. And what they're doing at the moment, they're doing a really good job. The next stage, I would say, would be for the organisation to grow, so that we can reach more families. Because obviously there's families out there that we're not actually reaching at the moment that actually need our help. And because obviously of the manpower, that we haven't got the manpower to actually reach those families, they're slipping through the net. So that is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see the organisation grow, so that we can reach even more families than we're reaching now, because obviously the waiting list is growing. And after the pandemic and what's going on at the moment, obviously we're getting more and more referrals, and we can't reach everyone at the moment. That's what I'd like to see happen. But I think what we're doing at the moment is excellent, and we've got all the right people in place doing the right jobs.
Yeah, I think that's spot on, because it was a lonely time back 3 or 4 years ago, and it was just like the two of us and the volunteers. Obviously, without them, we wouldn't have been able to do what we did. But we have got a really strong team now, and the future. I think the future is looking really good, and there's lots of this lockdown has given us as an organisation a chance to look at what we're doing, but allowed me and Aisha to be more forward planning rather than just reacting to stuff where it's, you're just trying to put out fires all the time. So this, in a way, the pandemic has given us that opportunity to say, this is where we're heading. We've got the team in place to do it. So yeah, I think it's exciting times at the minute. I'm really excited.
I have another question from.
I do think so. I think that at one stage when we were actually struggling to reach the families, struggling to see the families because of lack of manpower, and I think what's changed now is that everyone's on board and everyone knows what they're doing, and everyone's end result is exactly the same: help the families and progress and move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why. I know.
Love you, La. Tell her I love her. Tell her I love her more than you.
She
Say that
said
to her.
she loves you more than me, La, but don't believe it.
I know. Oh, come on, Joe. Like if I would. Please,
Right, Mark
Aisha.
said, should be interesting to be a fly on the wall when you work on your collaboration work. You wouldn't want to be a fly on the wall in this office, Mark. And would love to hear what you think are individual strengths and what each learns from that. Oh, what are your individual strengths?
To annoy La very easily.
Pretty boy.
There you go.
Oh, well, Aisha, you start because you haven't really said much.
I can't
I
hear
don't need
her.
to say much. She can't hear me, so I'm not allowed to because she'll shut this place down.
Oh, for God. Well, we can hear you, and I can pass it on to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What my
But you know
strength?
what? On a serious note, I've worked with Jason. I know I said he was annoying. He still is, but
That's my strength, is to
yeah,
annoy him.
I know. But we worked quite well together when we worked in the schools. We worked quite well, and we did have a laugh in the schools. And I think that's another good point is getting the children on. When we work with the young people, is actually not going down to their level, but understanding what they're saying and just understanding them. And I think when we worked together, we worked really well together. So I haven't worked with Matt. I've worked with Aisha. I've worked with Joe, and I think our strengths are what we do, we do well. When we do whatever we're doing, we do it really well, and we do it to the best of our ability. And our end result is always the same: to help whoever is sitting in front of us. So I know I'm being really sensible, aren't I?
Can you tell her? Oh, well,
It's not
you're
like
being. Tell Lorraine she's being so sensible. Joe fell out.
huh?
You are being so sensible, Lorraine. Joe fell out.
Oh really?
It just knocked him off his chair backwards. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. He got,
You know what?
Totally.
Lorraine can't actually hear anything what Aisha says. So when Aisha tells us to say something, we can actually do like a little translation of what Aisha says. It's quite funny. We've got the power now.
You see, this is what I say about you, isn't it? See?
Yeah. See.
People can see what I'm saying.
and what, Jay? What is apart from annoying La?
Yeah.
What would you say your main strength is?
Oh wow, well, that is quite a hard question. I'd say I'm not one to give self-praise in a way.
What?
Well, oh, sorry. I nearly
Yeah,
fainted.
even I'm laughing at that one.
I nearly fainted. I nearly fainted.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Even I'm laughing at that one. Even I'm laughing at that. My strength is that I can adapt. I can adapt to situations, and and when I see in my sessions, I can have I could have a really tough session and then bring it back somehow. Don't know how, but I'm able to bring it back from the brink of pretty much destruction. No, the brink of destruction. No, I'm only joking. But it does get a little bit heated and stuff at times, but I'm able to bring it back
Right,
if it does get that way.
why don't you translate this to Lorraine?
Okay. Lorraine, are you listening?
Yes.
Lorraine!
Yes. I'm here.
Matt and Jason, can you
Yes.
hear me?
Matt and Jason, can you hear me? Yes, we can.
I
Can I-
can't.
Matt and Jason are really annoying. Translate. Say it.
Matt and Jason are the best team she's ever had. That's what I said.
Lorraine,
What did you
I
say?
never said that.
I mean every word I said.
Matt and Jason. What did she say? Matt and Jason are the best.
Yeah, she was saying that she thought we were the best team she's probably ever worked with,
Yeah.
apart from when she worked with you and Joe.
Joe, obviously.
But she was wondering if you agreed with that, whether we're Right. What
That-
do you want
I
to
agree
say?
with you.
That-
It was
that-
unnaturally talented.
Well, if I agree with you, two are the best team
Yeah,
he's ever worked with.
yeah. Apart from you and Joe, obviously.
I'm sorry, but you may love yourself so much. You got pretty boy too, but Joe is the best. I don't
But
care
that's what
what
I'm saying. Apart from you and Joe, she's saying, are we the best team she's ever worked with?
Joe. She said, apart from me and Joe, I'm not
Yeah.
going to say it. I love Joe. Joe's the best. I
Who
never
is the
said.
best?
She said I never said that. Right. You lot are going to get it.
You're in trouble. It wasn't me. It
This is
wasn't
what I
me.
heard. Anyway. That's what I heard.
She's a treasurer.
Is
She's
that what
a
you heard?
treasurer.
Are
She's
you
a
gonna stick with
treasurer.
that, Jason?
Jason, we're not getting paid. It's payday today, and you just ruined it for everyone.
Are you
That's
Right.
gonna-
really good.
Let's give.
Jason,
Let's
is
give.
that what you're saying?
Huh?
Is that what you want? You want to stick with that?
What?
Or you want to stick with what you just asked me?
That's
Okay.
what I
Okay.
heard. That's what I
Okay.
heard.
Really? You'll hear something else when I see you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it could be different from what you said, actually. Yeah.
You'll hear something different when I see you. Believe you me.
He's not going to hear anything. His ear's just going to be ringing the radio.
Exactly. Exactly. That.
You
Well,
lot
it
are-
is.
Listen.
Wednesday, Jay. Wednesday.
All right, all right.
I should say listen.
The boss is talking.
Yeah. I should say listen. Yeah.
No. Don't say that. I said, don't say that. She'll kill me. You can talk, La.
You can talk, La.
Oh, I said be very afraid.
Oh yeah, I am.
You, Jason.
I am. I'm afraid. Yes. Just don't
So
Um,
Matt.
be anywhere on the face.
So Matt is
Oh,
working
that's
on
what I'm
a
saying first.
secret
Pretty
project,
Mm.
guys. Matt is working on
No,
a
she's really
secret
good.
project. Tell her I'm talking. Matt is working on a secret project where all shall be revealed soon.
Yeah.
But Matt has basically turned in. Well, actually, while we're here, so we've got a little. What do we call it? The annex. What are we calling it?
Lorraine wanted to be
Outhouse?
called the annex. Jason says the outhouse. I like shed, but whatever.
He's going to call the outhouse.
Well, that was Jason's idea, but
No. Annex.
all right, the
All right,
annex.
so the annex.
Jason, it's obviously the same building, but it's just adjacent to the building.
So what? Me? What?
Adjacent.
Oh, adjacent building. I like that.
Look, can you tell her Nina says stop chatting,
Look at
Law?
that. Stop chatting, Law.
Yeah, but
Nina.
Facebook user.
Nina.
That's got to be Nina.
Nina.
It was Nina.
Yeah, Nina's the only one that calls. They only call me Law
What happened?
Platinum. So it was her. How dare she? And she was so, and I was so nice about her at the
Is you
beginning.
all right?
Because she used to
Unbelievable.
take when I first left my job, when I was first made redundant, because obviously I was business manager, they would phone me for certain things. When on my day that I was supposed to leave, which I remember it now, on the 4th of August, 2011, Nina phoned me. I was crying in my garden.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I was actually
Okay.
crying in my garden, saying that I've got no purpose. I'm
Nearly done.
useless. What do I do? I've got nothing to do. And Nina phoned me and took me out. And she was talking to me. And she got me to work in the Millfield house, setting up an office.
Well,
Okay.
I've not met Nina, but she sounds
No.
like a great woman.
Yeah,
Sounds like a brilliant woman.
she did. She took me out. She took me out for lunch. And she said to me, I know what you can do. We've got an office in the Millfield. You can set it up for me. And that's what I did.
She was able to remind you of your strengths.
Yeah, she was. She
Yeah.
got me out of my funk, really, because like I was feeling really bad. And then Karen came then Karen came to my rescue and brought me to FBS.
And brought the best out of you.
Saw
And
my strengths that I didn't, you know.
Yeah,
When you're low, you don't
But
see what your strengths are, do you?
of course, and it is funny how sometimes you don't know the ultimate destination of where you're going to end up, but you take those first few steps in a positive direction,
Yeah.
and it leads to something brilliant. Like, you know, I think that the work that I've seen you doing already, here,
Well,
I'm only new, but like
I-
I've seen, you know, that you bring so much to the place, obviously. So it's
Thank you.
really.
Why are you laughing, Joe? Don't make. I've already got one person on my
Because
list. Don't make me.
Joe
in
was
charge now.
just cussing. Joe was cussing Matt.
No, was it?
Didn't realise that he's not on mute.
I just said that you just summed up solution focus
What
in
did
that
she say?
little
What
speech
did
you
she
just
say?
gave. And
Joe was
Yeah.
cussing Matt, that's what it is. But then Joe was saying that Matt managed to sum up solution focus in one sentence.
Exactly. You know what? I've got to say that joining Solution Focus with Aisha and Joe, because I worked with Joe when we didn't actually have an office, when we had to give up our office. I was going around to Joe's house, me and another worker, and that's where we were working. We were working from Joe's house in his kitchen when we didn't have an office. And I think that's why I've got like a deeper connection with Joe, because of our work together, and he's taught me so much.
Yeah.
Taught me a lot. I learned all my stuff from Joe, but then I put my twist on it. All my stuff is from Joe. I love him so much.
I still love you as well. I love you and Joe equally.
Because if it wasn't for Aisha, we wouldn't be here. But I do. She's pushed me to do things that I really didn't even think that I could do. Yeah.
So she managed to find that inner courage within you.
Yeah, she did. And I am appreciative. I do recognize that.
And I think that's something that I've seen as well with lots of people that come in to the office. Aisha, I'm going to
Embarrass her.
I don't know what you're going to think of this, but I've noticed that a lot of times you've got a very subtle way of just bringing the best out of people that they don't even realize you're doing it. You do it in a very sort of like, how do I put it? Loud way. You've got a loud way of doing it.
And impatient.
Unorthodoxy, but in a really good way.
But you know what?
Gets the job done, though.
But it gets.
But something that only you can do.
It gets the best out of people, and it's really beautiful to see it. And, no, it's true. It's true.
Laura and Joe sitting in the tree.
Right. Laura and Joe sitting in a tree.
Listen,
you two we've actually got to do some work now.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, seriously.
Already?
Oh, I've got to do this.
I can't hear.
So, I really want to thank everyone that's donated games and instruments. We've basically got a whole orchestra going on right now.
We're gonna have a sing-along.
Instruments, do let us know.
Gonna have a sing-along.
And Matt's gonna end the show with a little teaser for you.
Oh, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. He didn't know that, by the way.
Right. I'm the beats.
No.
Are we finished?
No.
Come on.
No, I've forgotten it.
Jason, are we finished? I need a bish. Jason, are we finished?
Yeah.
I need a bish.
No, I can't remember how to do it.
Oh, come on, Matt.
Oh, well done, boys.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for
I'm going
watching.
back to work now.
I'll see you in like